Hi everyone and welcome to Danka Praktik. Living or owning a homestead is not always what it's cut out to be. As you'll see in this video, there are some huge downsides that one should certainly consider. Mind you, this video is not meant as bad-mouthing this way of living, but rather as an objective way of seeing things. Also, this video comes from our personal experience, so stay tuned.
Danka Praktik.
Don't worry, homesteading is not all gloom and doom. On the contrary, if you want to see the good sides of living on a homestead, watch our previous video where we highlight the benefits of this way of living. The link for the full video is in the card in the corner or in the video description. Physical work is something that is an inevitable part of living on a homestead. Digging, cutting, mowing, hoeing, raking, chopping, weeding, fixing things around the house are just some of the disciplines you'll be doing. And probably a lot of it. Lots of people are unpleasantly surprised when they see how much work is in fact involved. Not to mention when they see their first pile of animal manure in a wheelbarrow with flies and everything, even the toughest run away in horror from this scene. We personally see hard work as a kind of blessing and remedy, and we talked about this in our previous video. But this is just our opinion. The point is, if you see hard work as a burden and a nuisance, and you're not able to do it, perhaps you should seriously reconsider this kind of lifestyle. Another downside of living on a homestead is the investments. Although lots of people think they are going to live off the land cheaply, in most cases it is the exact opposite. A homestead demands constant building, repairing, agricultural work, tools, and more, and this costs money. And lots of it. Not to mention that for bigger homesteads, you'll probably need bigger machinery, and this is a serious investment that often only pays off in the long run. Many times, you'll have to pour in much more money than you make, provided you make any money off of your homestead in the first place. On this part, the better the shape and more buildings you buy on your homestead in the beginning, the less work and investment you'll have later. The next downside is the infrastructure. Now, on this part, we'll talk only from our personal experience. Lots of countries have solved these problems for their rural parts decades ago, so there is no problem regarding this. In our case, we have problems with the electric supply. Winds, rain, heavy snow will all cause power outages. Then you have the bad quality roads with potholes and in some parts even craters. Lots of parts are still gravel roads. We're lucky to have internet, but it is also becoming slower every year due to cables dating from the previous century. Not to mention that in case of any kind of bigger problem, you're on your own. If you're considering buying or living on a homestead, you absolutely must check the infrastructure, its quality, age, the possibility of maintenance, and else. It means the difference between a comfortable and miserable homestead living. Isolation is a downside that will especially be tough for people accustomed to urban living and for people who plan to live alone on their homestead. On a homestead, it's peace, quiet, and no people around for most of the time, which can be in most cases a blessing. But on the other side, a prolonged period of isolation causes awkwardness, gradual loss of social skills, and can eventually lead to becoming a misanthropist. Be very aware of this downside. Our recommendation is, if your homestead location allows it, to take both isolation and socializing at least in an equal dose. If you're going to be totally secluded, best prepare yourself mentally for that. The last bad thing would be distance. Most homesteads are far away from towns and are often secluded. Unless you're going to live an off-the-grid type lifestyle, this means lots of traveling, which is in fact a huge expense. Besides gas money, and you'll probably need lots of it, you have to have a car or truck in good condition and that is roadworthy to get to your destination safely. Driving your kids to school and various practices, going to the doctor, dentist, buying supplies and hygiene material, visiting family and friends, going to social and cultural occasions are just some of the reasons why you'll have to travel. Then there is also the winter and the rainy season, when driving is harder, especially if you have bad roads to your homestead. In our case, it's become a part of our lifestyle, although we always plan and combine when going to town to do as much as possible in one trip. These would be the downsides that we've experienced through decades of homestead living. There are a couple of other things, but these are the major ones. Please, for the end, do not let this video change your mind if you're considering homesteading. It's just very important that you get a realistic picture of the whole endeavor. The worst thing you can do to yourself is get a romanticized and cinematic view of this kind of living. Trust us, your illusion will soon be shattered by life and Mother Nature, and this is just how life goes. So that's it for this time. We hope this video helps. Please like and subscribe. It's a huge help for what we're doing. Thanks for watching and thanks for your time.